Hi gang, thanks again for watching another episode of Economics. I am Abong Eka. I'm a CPA, also the author of Start Me Up, the No Business Plan, a book that helps you with your money and your business and how to avoid the pitfalls. One of the things I want to talk about today, and one of the principles I want to share with you today, is about how do you reach or email an influencer, or how do you email somebody who you want to do business with, that you want to talk to. Maybe they're famous, maybe they're not famous, maybe they're influential in your life or in your social circle, but someone you want to reach out to cold, right? And I was going back, someone had asked me this recently about what's the best ways to do that, and I was going back to when I started reaching out to people like Seth Godin and Gary Vaynerchuk and having them reply to my emails. And I want to give you 3 or 4 principles that you can think about and use if you want to reach an influencer in your particular life, whether it's for work, maybe whether it's trying to get business, maybe it's an idea, maybe something you want to collaborate with and you want to do it cold. What most people do is they make the mistake by sending a blind, long-ass email detailing all this crap, and then they say, can I pick your brain? Let's have coffee. Let's spend 15 minutes of my life with you. Please, I want to tell you all these things. I want to do business with you. The problem with that is no one wants to be sold. I gave a speech the other day about this to a group of students and told them that no one wants to be sold. Even if they want to buy whatever you're selling, they don't want anything pushed upon them. So there's a better way. And I want to give you these principles real quick. The first is basically how to email someone. You got to research them first. Some people just get a name of a person. They don't even look them up. They don't even maybe go on LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube or Twitter to find out more about who they are and what they're about. The key is simple. You want to try and find something that you can align yourself with, because people like to do business with people they like. People want to either connect with people that they can associate with and relate to, and it's not just about race. The mistake people make is they think it's a race thing or a gender thing, and that's not enough, because again, there's tons of different races and genders out there. It has to be more than that, something on a deeper level that they care about. So the first thing is you want to research them to make sure you know more about them, and you want to reference that in your quick email. No one wants to read a long-ass email. I scan my emails. I get emails all day long, so I scan them. Anybody else will do the same thing. If this person is of influence and a stature and has a lot going on, chances are they're busy and they don't want to read 8 paragraphs and you telling them stories about you and yourself and talking about me. No one wants to hear that crap. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to find something that you can relate to with them and mention that in a sentence and a half, introducing yourself. Hey, it was great to meet you at this event, or I see that you're a champion of this cause and this is what I've been doing with that cause and this is what brought me to you and why I want to reach out to you. Something relatively quick, relatively simple. It's scannable on a handheld device or a phone or a tablet, and it doesn't require you to sit down and have coffee in order to read 8 pages of email text. The second is, don't ask for stupid stuff. Don't ask for anything, period, actually. Don't ask them for coffee. Don't ask them to sit down and pick their brains. Nobody wants to have their brains picked. You know why? Because time is money for most people. As you get older, you realize that your time is valuable. You don't want to waste it talking to somebody you don't know, only for them to ask you a bunch of questions and ask for your time and your knowledge. Knowledge that you spent years and money acquiring. Okay? You get it? Avoid that. What you want to do is offer something instead. Offer them advice. Offer them help. Maybe it's a cause that they're interested in that you can relate with and say, hey, look, this is a cause I'm also interested in. I'd love to be able to reach out and help you, maybe help you raise money, help you do something. Or maybe you've read an article about something that they came up with and say, look, I saw this article somewhere else referencing something you talked about, and here's some things that I found in my business. Maybe they have a product out there that you're interested in talking about. Say, hey, look, I bought this product. It's great. And this is some things that I would do, or maybe I looked at your website, this is some things I would change. Things that they can use, where there's value, okay? You know why? There's a principle of influence called reciprocity by Dr. Robert Cialdini. And reciprocity means when you give something to somebody, they feel obligated to return the favor. When you give a good piece of advice that's useful, not shit, real useful information that the person you're reaching out to can use, chances are they will respond at a minimum. Whether or not it goes further is a different story, but they will respond. Last but not least is share their product or project or product, or share whatever their cause is. So you find them on Twitter and you see that they're doing X, Y, and Z, or maybe they're donating money and time to some type of charity. Maybe they wrote an article. Maybe there's a video about them. Share it. Link it and share it. Send an email to some friends. You can do a Twitter where you can share, put the add them in it so they see that you're actually making moves. The last thing I'll add to that is this. Before you reach out to these influencers or anybody you want to reach out to, take the time to engage with them in a multitude of social media platforms. That makes sense? For example, you find somebody you want to do business with, somebody you want to reach out to, find them on Twitter, connect with them, follow them, retweet their stuff, share some of their content. Find them on Facebook, do the same thing. Post an article you read about them or something you found about them. Or post an article that you think they'd be interested in and make sure they see it. Then after follow up with something else, follow up with Google+, and follow up with LinkedIn. Try and connect with them on LinkedIn and do the same thing. And say, oh, this is a great article by so-and-so, and you look the person's name in there. Do that for the next week or so, and then you reach out with the email saying, hey, look, I've been following you. I'm glad I came upon you. I was following some of those things you've been doing, and I have a great interest in what you're doing, and this is why I want to reach out to you to say this, this, and this. I love this, and would love to chat with you. You know, here's your number. Here's my number. I'm going to reach out back. I'd love to find a way to give you a call and chat. Most people would want to talk on the phone. If they don't know you and there's no one else to do the connection, the people who are really busy and people who are doing things in their lives aren't going to take time out of their day to go sit at a coffee shop and actually talk to you about anything. Because basically you're just sucking out energy. You want to give them energy. You want to give to them. You want to push out their stuff. The last thing I'll add to this is another great secret. If someone does agree to go out, have coffee with you and spend time with you, keep it brief. The thing I hate the most is when people say, let's go meet for coffee, and it turns into an hour and a half affair. I don't have time for that. They don't have time for that. You don't have time for that. What you want to do instead is say, you say, give me 15 minutes. Hold them to 15 minutes. You say, you remind them throughout the talk, hey, look, I know we only got 15 minutes. This is what I'm going to do. I've gone so far as to put a clock on the table or a timer on the table to make them understand that I'm a man of my word when it comes to not wasting their time. You do these things, you have people reach out back to you. I sent an email once to maybe Seth Godin, used a lot of these principles. He responded a few times. Neil Patel, he responded a few times as well via email. So these things actually work. And if you want to reach out to somebody, do these things that I told you, and you too will have access to some influencers, and you won't be holding your tail between your legs, wondering why no one will help you. As always, chances aren't given, chances are taken, so be bold and go get it.